Hey guys! So today I have a beginner makeup kit video for you. I have put together a little kit of things that I think are good if you are just starting out with makeup and you're not really sure what to buy. I know when I started out with makeup I was like, oh my god, like what do I even buy? Like what do I need? So I've put together a little like kit, you could say, so hopefully that helps you guys out if you're just starting with makeup. And also at the end of this video I'm going to show you how to do this really simple makeup look, really fast and easy, good for back to school and if you're just starting out with makeup as well. So let's get right on into it then, shall we? I am going to start in the logical fashion of kind of the order that you would use different products. So first of all, I would say it's good for you to have a primer. Primer just really helps to keep your makeup on longer, make it stay on, not like slide off your face. So the example I have here is the Body Shop Wonder Blur. Another thing, all these products I try to make them as affordable as possible, so they're more on the like low kind of drugstore end or the more affordable like beauty stores. So primer. Next thing I've got is a under eye concealer, which this can really transform your face. Like sometimes I wake up and it's just like super dark under eye circles and it's like, I just look like I'm a zombie. So this one here I've really been liking. It's the Flower Daily Brightening Under Eye Cover Cream, and this one is in a rollerball kind of thing, and it's really nice and cooling, and it actually has caffeine in it, which is really good for just like waking up your under eyes, like brightening. So I really like that one, and this Flower brand is from Walmart. Next is a regular concealer. Now this one here is the Kat Von D one, and it is a little bit more on the pricier end, but I really like it because it's very high coverage, and another thing, concealer can really just put together like your look. It'll just help to even everything out, even any redness or anything like that, and I just really like this one a lot. But you can totally find other really good concealers in the drugstore as well. Like I know there's one by Hard Candy, which is often compared as a dupe for this Kat Von D one. I just don't have that one. So a really good thing to have is a powder, and this is the Body Shop All-in-One Face Base. And often I use this one even instead of like a liquid foundation. I'll just put my concealer on and then just put this on top. It gives you a nice light coverage, but it kind of evens out your complexion. Just makes everything look nicer and like matte. BB cream or liquid foundation. This is the Physicians Formula Argan Wear BB cream, and this one is really good because it also has SPF. Which is really good for sun, even if you're not wearing sunscreen. Going into like fall winter months, SPF is still really good for your skin, so that's a good one. I've really been liking it, and it's really good like medium coverage. Next is a highlighter. Now I really like highlighters. I feel like it just really elevates your look after you've put on a foundation. Even if you don't put bronzer, or even if you don't put blush on, I feel like highlighter really gives you some dimension to your face. It allows the light to catch in certain areas of your face. And this one here is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Powder Glow Illuminator. And it actually is considered a blush and a highlight. It's got some pinky tones, but also some highlight shades. And it's a really nice kind of neutral highlight, and it's really pretty. I really like it. So highlighter is really good to do just a simple adding some dimension, some light to your complexion. For eyes, I suggest starting out with a simple neutral palette, something like this one here, which is the CoverGirl Eye Enhancer in the color Natural Nudes. This one is just really good. You've got like your highlight shade, your crease shade, like all over shade. You can pick between those two. It's just a really good beginning neutral eye look that's really easy to use and pretty straightforward. Another thing that you could use for as a beginner is something like this, which is an eyeshadow crayon. And these are super easy to use. Like you just twist it up and then you would just color, kind of like color onto your eyelid like a crayon. And then you can either use a brush or your finger to kind of just blend it so it doesn't look as rough around the edges. And that's really nice and easy and quick as well. So I often use those when I'm feeling a little bit lazier or just don't feel like going through the whole process of putting eyeshadows on. For eyeliner, it's good to use pencil eyeliner when you're first starting out, but I do find that sometimes pencil eyeliners are a little bit like not as pigmented as I would want my eyeliner to be. I have found one that is a good mix of pigmentation and just the simplicity of a pencil eyeliner. It's the Deuce Cosmetics Ultra Precision Eyeliner, and it is just like a pencil kind of tip, but it is more creamy than a pencil. Like it's not, you don't actually sharpen it. I believe it's a twist up, and it is very pigmented and very smooth application as well. I really recommend that one or something similar. Then for mascaras, I actually have two options. I have one that's more on the drugstore end and then one that's a little bit higher end. So the drugstore one is the CoverGirl Supersizer, and this one is really good for curling the lashes and getting lots of volume. It is a different kind of brush, one where you actually roll the brush as you're going up your eyelashes. So that really helps to lift them up. Kind of an equivalent that I've really been loving like for everyday use is the Benefit Roller Lash. And this one is a little bit pricier, but I find that it's really worth it. I find that it just really lifts my eyelashes and they stay all day, and that like nice curl is what I have on right now. Like it. So if you can afford it, I wouldn't really recommend this one, but this one is a really nice drugstore dupe of it. Then for lips, I definitely recommend having a nice lip balm that has a little bit of a tint for those days that you're just feeling lazy, but you want to kind of complete your look. My go-to usually is the Baby Lips Buds, and this one is in Petal Rebel. The Baby Lips lip balms are very moisturizing, so they're very good as a lip balm. There's also lots that are that don't have a color, but this one I really like because it's a really subtle wash of color and kind of just completes the look. It's not too much of a color, just a nice light wash of pink. That's definitely a good one to just throw in your makeup bag or like bring to school or something. So you can reapply it. And then for days that you're feeling a little bit more like you want to look a little bit more put together, put a little bit more effort in, I have a couple products that are good. This one here is actually a lip and cheek product, so 2-in-1, which is really good, especially if you're just starting out, so you don't have to buy like so many products. So this is the Body Shop Lip and Cheek Velvet Stick, and this one is just in the nude color. So this one, you can put a little bit on your cheeks and just blend it in to give a little like pop of color, and you can also use it on your lips. Just a nice nude. And last, I like to have a nice gloss that's really quick and easy to throw on. This one here that I'm wearing today is the Tanya Burr lip gloss in Afternoon Blush. This is just a really nice nude lip gloss that you can throw it on top of any other kind of lipstick. You can also wear it on its own, which is really nice, so it's versatile that way. Last but not least, obviously you're gonna need brushes if you're starting out with makeup, and I picked 4 brushes that I think are really good to have if you're just starting. Obviously, if you continue with makeup, you'll end up accumulating a lot of brushes, but these are 4 that I think are good to start out with. I have my liquid foundation brush, which this one is kind of like a triangle shape, which is really good for kind of getting in the corners of your face, and this is the Real Techniques 101 brush. But really any liquid foundation brush will work. The way that you can tell if it's a liquid foundation brush is you can see, this one wants to focus, the bristles are kind of different lengths. Like there's some that are shorter than others, and that helps to like pick up the foundation and make it so it's not as streaky on your face. Yeah, you can see like compared to this one, they're kind of like all the same length. And then next, just a big fluffy powder brush, which this guy I would use it for powder, like a powder foundation, or for your highlighter, which just like big fluffy, and it's good for blending as well. So if you do end up doing contouring or something in the future, you can always blend that out to soften out the edges. For eyes, I have 2 here, which you really could get away with just one of these, because typically if you get a eyeshadow palette, it'll come with this little guy here, which they aren't the greatest, but they do work for applying eyeshadows. So what you could do is apply the color with this guy, and then use this fluffier brush to blend out the edges. So this one here is the Luxie 205 Tapered Blending Brush. So this one is kind of like this big fluffy brush, but for eyeshadow. This other one that I have here is the Crown Brush in 476, and this one is a dual-ended brush. And you might be thinking that looks the same as the blending brush, but this one here is actually a little bit more dense, like densely packed bristles than the other one. So this one is really good for applying the pigment and the shadow. So this one I would use like in the corner and like when I'm getting the color onto my eyelid. And then this one here is more like pointed, more precise. So this one I would use like in the crease to really get that dark color in, and like along the lash line if you want to do kind of like a eyeliner type of deal. And then again, after you use this, you could go with your blending brush again and just blend everything out. For sure, like these guys you can get away with, and this one too if you want, but this one's kind of like a maybe. So those are kind of the main things that I would recommend for a beginner makeup artist. If you're just starting out with makeup, which is really exciting. I'm excited for you. Makeup is a really fun way to express your personality and just add to your style. So I'm really excited for you. And now I'm going to show you this look that I put together with these products, and let's go right on into that. I hope that you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!